It's something most of us use every single day, maybe without even thinking about it. It's the powerful engine that has totally transformed your wallet, your bank, and really your entire financial life. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain and demystify fintech.
Okay, just think about your daily routine for a second. I'm willing to bet your most important financial tool isn't made of leather anymore, right? Nope, it's an app on your phone. And that little app has completely changed the game when it comes to how we deal with money. It probably starts the second you grab your morning coffee. That payment, it happens in a blink. No fumbling for cash, no swiping a card. You just point your phone at a QR code. It is so seamless, so instant, and it's really the first big clue just how much things have changed. All right, so later, you're on your commute, and you're wondering, hey, did my paycheck come in? In the old days, you'd have to wait for a paper statement or maybe find a computer. Not anymore. You just pull out your phone, and boom. A few taps, and your entire financial world is right there, literally in the palm of your hand.
And then, of course, you got to pay your friend back for lunch. So you just open up an e-wallet app, punch in the amount, and poof, the money is in their account instantly. It doesn't matter if it's 2 a.m. on a Sunday, the deal is done. So all these moments of just incredible convenience, the scanning, the checking, the sending, it's not magic, right? So have you ever actually stopped to wonder what's the invisible thread connecting all of this? Well, the answer is one single really powerful idea: financial technology, or as pretty much everyone calls it, fintech. This is that invisible force that's basically put an entire bank branch right in your pocket. So let's break it down. What is fintech really? At its heart, it's all about using technology to make financial stuff faster, way easier, and a whole lot cheaper. But the real revolution here? It puts the power directly in our hands. It lets us do all these complex things ourselves, often cutting out the old school middlemen of finance. And wow, has the world of fintech just exploded? I mean, it's not just about paying for stuff anymore. Not by a long shot. Now it's about getting a loan without ever setting foot in a bank. It's about buying insurance on an app, managing your investments from your couch, even funding the next big startup idea. It's all powered by this incredible tech revolution. Okay, but here's the thing. Those super simple apps on your phone, they are just the tip of a massive iceberg. Underneath all that simplicity is this huge, complex, and honestly, fascinating industry that makes it all work. Okay, I know what you're thinking. This map looks intense, but don't worry, we're not going to get lost in the weeds here. What it does, though, is it brilliantly shows that for every single tap or scan you make, there is this massive ecosystem working behind the scenes. You've got the companies building the apps, the investors pouring money into them, and the regulators who make sure everything stays safe and on the level. So let's break that ecosystem down into the key players, shall we? First, you've got the digital payment providers, the ones we use every day. Then there are the lending and credit startups, totally changing how we borrow money. You've got insurtech companies bringing insurance into the 21st century. And watching over all of it, you have really important players like government facilitators and regulators. Think of the Bank of Thailand, making sure the system is stable. And of course, you can't forget the venture capital and investors. They're the ones providing the cash to make all this innovation happen. But here's where we zoom out. The impact of this whole ecosystem, it scales up big time. We're talking way beyond just personal convenience. Fintech has become a critical engine that's literally powering entire national economies. We hear this phrase, digital economy, thrown around all the time. So what is it? It's basically an economy where technology is the absolute backbone of business, of trade, of pretty much everything. And in that system, fintech, well, it's like the circulatory system. It's what allows money and value to flow seamlessly, keeping the whole thing alive and running. And this is where it gets really important. This is why it matters so much. See, in a lot of places around the world, building a physical bank branch is just incredibly hard and super expensive. And that's left millions, even billions of people completely cut off from basic financial services. Fintech just leapfrogs that whole problem. And when you compare the two, the difference is it's stark. The old way, the traditional method, it relied on these pricey physical branches, which meant growth was painfully slow. But fintech? It just needs a smartphone app. And because of that, financial services can expand at lightning speed for a fraction of the cost, reaching all those people who were completely left behind before. So think about it. We've seen how fintech has totally transformed our world, all the way from buying a cup of coffee to powering the entire global economy. This isn't just some passing trend, it's a deep, fundamental shift in our very relationship with money.
This simple reality is that financial transactions are changing in ways that were pretty much unimaginable just, a decade ago? The speed of this change, it's honestly staggering.
And that right there brings us to a final big question. We've already agreed that for most of us, our wallet is now an app. So, if that's true, in a world that's going to be even more powered by fintech, what does a bank even mean in the future? What will it look like? Something to think about.